Okay, so we decided we would do another recap video
Yeah.
for all you lazy bones out there who don't want to watch season one, but are like, I'm a personal friend of Adrian or Ben's, so I'll watch one or two episodes out of pity.
For sure, yeah. And plus now we've got this sexy backdrop and a nice ass apartment to record the stuff out of, so watch season 2.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, it's vastly improved over the early season one episodes. Like, it gets a little better each time, but I understand the first few episodes, they're kind of long. There may be the sound quality or something isn't the best, who knows,
Yeah.
So, I figure, good idea to recap so you can just jump into the new season and not have to worry.
New season, new mics, new apartment, all that type of shit. It's good.
New me. I promise to drink and smoke more this upcoming season. So the first episode was titled Small Town Big Dreams, and that was right after the climactic battle of Small Town, which you can't hear about, which you can watch the other recap that we did to...
That's right. Watch the prologue, damn it.
Yeah, but after Small Town Big Dreams, you beat the cult, you went to get supplies.
Yes, and I ended up murdering someone in prison.
Murdered prisoner, which the people of Small Town did not appreciate at all.
I was just kind of figuring, look, it's part of a cult that wants death. I mean, it's alright.
But apparently the sheriffs and militiamen disagreed.
They were not too happy about that, and yeah. That's where we met Akul as well.
That is, so yeah, Akul showed up after the battle, I
Yes.
think. Well, people were still a little gun-shy of strangers, but he calmed them down a little bit. He met up with you guys and helped heal the wounded and stuff for a while, which put him in the good graces of people.
Yeah.
Then he joined you in murdering that guy and got rid of those good graces. I'm trying to think of anything else really that climactic happened.
That's where Feather searched the body of the hag. So he did recover the broom and everything like that, and I got the broom, but he found the ring of mind shielding, which had actually trapped the hag mother's soul inside of it.
Who has been sort of a minor factor in the story ever since.
She's like the bad devil on our shoulder that we ask advice from every now and then.
What else? Anything else? I think that's basically it. You guys hang out there, you kind of deal with things, you get your hurrahs from people for saving the village, and they decide sort of, like, some of them want to leave, the rest are going to try and stay and fix up Small Town again, make it a nice place to live. The next one was titled Wrath of the Leech King.
Yep.
That was a travelogue episode, kind of, as you made your way into the Driftwood. I think you fought some cult members in that episode.
We did, yeah. I think at the end of the first episode, we got off a hunter's mark on a dude, and then we ended up being able to track him to a place. And then, then we ended up on the river.
On the river, yeah, on the boats. Then you got the boats. And the title is in reference to, on the boats, they were ambushed by giant leeches, led by a talking, intelligent, angry leech.
Yeah.
He told them his sad tale. He was just an evil wizard one day that desired to become a lich. The demon he offered his soul to, though, spoke with a funny accent, he thought. And instead, he did not become a lich. He became a leech.
Yeah.
A big leech.
And,
but no arms or legs.
He could command legions of leeches.
That was about it. They beat him, got his help, and then very quickly ditched him, I think, soon after.
Yeah, we ended up getting stuck on, what do you call those things? Not embankment's not the word,
I think like an embankment kind of,
yeah. So we couldn't really get the boats over, and then we had a giant crocodile rushing towards us.
So yeah, that brings us to the next episode. In a rush, call Russ, a rather colorful character, brother/husband/father of gators.
Yeah.
What was his gator's name again?
Beatrice
was a massive gator of gargantuan size that he probably had sex with on many occasions.
Probably.
They traveled with him. He offered fast travel. They went noodling with giant man-eating fishes.
Like we did, yeah.
Beat him at his own game, which earned some of his respect.
And he was madly affectionate over Aki. He was very taken with our Wanti.
Aki seemed to like him enough. He came onto him very hard in the sleeping bag one night, and Aki jerked him off. I hate to say it, use crude language like that.
He gave him a sloppy H shame.
He did.
That was what happened.
To end the situation, I guess. And it's like, I hope that Danny learned a little bit how threatened females often feel in dance clubs and other similar situations in the real world.
Might be.
So we missed anything else? I think that's
that was
and
weird.
then he got you to the place, to the village.
Yeah, we were at this Deep Gnome village, and that was actually really, really useful. We found out about that the Underdark's in a lot of turmoil, and Men's Verandan is being threatened at the moment. It's under siege, and I was kind of like worried about this. Jesse was kind of worried about this because his brother, like, that's mostly his job, is like he takes people through the Underdark, and I know he's been down there, and I've been having like some really horrible dreams. Like, okay, so I was quite worried about that, and then we spoke to that same wise woman, and she ended up giving, like, I don't know, the D&D version of ayahuasca to Jesse, which was great.
You bought drugs off of a known wise woman. You found out they offer passage to the I want to say deep roads, but that's Dragon Age. Yeah. The Underdark.
Same.
There's no dark spawn down there. There's just dark lanes. Mm-hmm. Totally different. Is there anything else? I think that, and then he brings you to the cult's headquarters, a pair of towers of ancient Saurian design, a civilization before the current cycle, over 6,000 years old, that survived the destruction of the universe.
Yes, and that was one of the things, like, I don't think we knew too much about the towers, but Zenbri had like past life dreams where she was someone else, and she had like this sort of intimate knowledge of like what Saurians were, and she just hates them even though she's never met one before.
Yeah, she used to maybe fight them in a past life.
Yeah.
The towers are inhabited by the two witches who are sisters. The cult has no leadership, so they're split about what to do. And I think that leads to keep picking that Scabatha, which is where you actually deal with the cult, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole. That happens in that episode entirely. I think, is you defeating them, they were leaving.
Yeah, because we spoke to Patricia, because she seemed, I don't know, at least as far as hags go, she seemed like, yeah, she'll be alright.
She'll be cool about it.
And Jesse sort of lost his shit a little bit and Fredo Marshall and Aki had to sort of like, take him away while they were talking to her, and it's like, yeah, kill my sister, and I'll leave with the cult. Well, it's good. Yeah. I'll give you magic shit.
Liar.
Yeah.
So you assassinated her sister. It was a bit of a difficult fight, but I think you guys managed it pretty handily.
It was the second time that Zenbri killed something with an attack of opportunity.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to see the theme here. So that's two hag that she kills with attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm scared for the remaining hag now. So you beat her. You waited a little bit afterward. You were pretty injured, so you thought, we'll have a short rest, no big deal or whatever, a long rest. But when you left the tower, you found the cult had entirely moved.
Yeah.
Along with the hag, not leaving you with Bupkis.
That was right. And, but I think at that stage, in that episode, and I think Wrath of the Lich King as well, Akul was not there. He had
was
gone off. Yeah, so
Modok's mansion / busy with real life things.
That's right, yeah.
And then after that, you beat them. You guys hung around that tower for a bit longer. And then the next episode, Zenbri Oakling and the Basement of Facts. You start investigating the cellars, the basements of these towers. The first one was a shrine to a pre-cycled, basically dead assassin god and his magical blades, which Aki has.
Yes.
He's now a servant of two different dark powers. But you got some cool blades out of the deal that can help him talk to dead people and stuff.
That's right.
In the other one, it was blocked. The way was blocked
It was
with
blocked,
an ancient elven guardian skull
Yeah.
that informed you that you needed to find the magical items of an ancient hero, Horatius Rex.
I think that part happened near the end of episode 6. I
Was
think.
it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I
So maybe
remember
just the one
Zenri
basement.
wanted to get inside the other tower, but she was out of spells and she didn't have
Okay.
dispel magic, so she
That
couldn't
was
open
it.
the
Spoiler alert then. Yeah. So that was the first one where you dealt with Kunla, the dark assassin god in one
Yeah.
tower. Drugs, dogs, dark dealings. That was when you were tripping balls.
Yes.
The cult came to steal your guys' shit. You beat up the cult members and kept your shit.
Yeah.
And I think that was when you. Nope, that's the other one after that.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of information from Saloon because I met her on the trip, and then she informed us about like we need to find this Horatius Rex person because he had a whole bunch of artifacts of power and he got very very close to stopping the last cycle, but he did
That was
not.
it. And I would say, honestly, this is where we started going to shorter episodes.
Yeah.
If you wanted to jump in, like, mid-season or something, this is probably the one to jump in on drugs, dogs, and dark dealings.
Yeah.
But that's what happens there. After that is Tomb of Horatius Rex, where you learn about all of the stuff you just told me about, the artifacts of the ancient hero, some creepy guardian stuff goes on, and you finally end the little mini arc of camping by the towers.
Yes.
You move on to MODOK's magnificent mansion, where you find the dead undead giant MODOK's magnificent mansion.
Yes.
It's absolutely luxe.
And what else happened in the episode? We tried to get into a couple places. There was an almost fight with a crazed auto chef. We found Zembri's
Brother
Corton.
Who's in rough shape.
Yeah, he's had one of his eyes replaced with a hag eye, so he's got true sight. And I think we ended that episode upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next one was Return of Akul,
Yeah.
where Danny found time in his schedule to show up, / you found Akul who had been trapped in the mansion for a while. Really, I think we can just speak in broad strokes for MODOK's mansion. You explore the mansion, you defeat a cultist that was holed up in the library,
Yep.
you gain control of the whole castle. It's a big, flying, giant castle full of technological wonders.
Yep.
Free some druids that have been trapped in there.
Dryads.
Dryads.
Yeah.
That could possibly come up in the future, I don't know. And you learn about Farkas Sneedbottom, the genius inventor of all the technological wonders, who seems to have his own plan in mind for ending the cycle.
That's right, yeah. He wants to build some crazy machine powered by the Titan Heart, which MODOK used to have, and just kill the Void Naga and then kill the Allfather.
Yeah, just all the gods, I think.
Yeah.
After that, that's MODOK's mention. You guys spend some time, you have a terrarium adventure.
Yes.
But all of this is all just in the process of getting control of the castle and the vault, which has all the money and his magic weapon.
And we found this tome of Horatius Rex, like detailing his life in the Lost Cycle and the items that he actually had. So now we know what the items are that we're looking for.
And some hints about where you could possibly find them because, well, history does not repeat itself, it often rhymes.
Yes, so we have, we know that there's one in Golden Helm, so we're gonna probably head there. And then after that...
Witches get switches. That's still... Yeah, that's MODOK's mansion, Skyward still. So then you continued on from you got control of the castle, and you finally make your way down to this ancient legendary Temple of Saloon, and that's where we start up in Season 2, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
You find that your tribe of Wolfkind is kind of split between crazed followers of Malar and your remaining family members who follow Saloon.
Mm-hmm.
And in the temple you find there's an odd duality between the two of them. And that's where we are now, so you're caught up and you can start watching Season 2. I would even say watch half of season 1 and season 2 if you want to get a more complete picture. But this should be more than enough to get you going, get started.
Yeah, I think so. I think like all of our characters have had a lot of development and such to go on for now. Like eventually we'll be running like little character intros and stuff like that. I'm kind of just excited for my own little way forward now. Like a lot of season 1, because of his dreams and everything, and not really knowing what's happening with anything, Jesse was very indecisive about his way forward, and I feel like he's now taking on a more active role.
He's got purpose now.
He's got
and I
some
think
purpose.
all the characters have begun to realize, the severity of what's actually going on. You all understand what's about to happen, even if most of the world doesn't yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're good, right?
Yeah.
So
that's season 1.
Yeah, and if you watch our videos, we'd certainly love it if you gave us a like or a comment, even if it's a thumbs down and just telling us that we suck balls. I'd be okay with that.
Comments are comments, man. Comments are comments.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a lovely time. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.